Here are my tips for helping companies navigate turbulence that's happening. There's no question it's a disruptive world. When you talk to CEOs all over the world, that's the word that's used. We're living in a disruptive world. So many things are happening. The pace, the technology changes, the demographic changes, you got government challenges, and it is tough to operate a business. Today, it doesn't matter if your organization's large or small, it just doesn't matter. You know, when you look at disruption, I've discovered in my executive coaching work that the most successful leaders meet the disruptive world by being disruptive. I think that's the way to handle it. But I think you need to be disruptive professionally. You don't want to be crazy in your disruption. You want to be professional in your disruption. And here are the elements that I've discovered that I believe if you're going to be successful as a leader, helping your organization navigate the tough times, first thing you've got to do is you got to think differently and you got to think big. Let me tell you what, if you're thinking the same and you're thinking small, you're not going to be successful. And as a leader, you've got to role model that. So think differently, think big, I think is very, very critical. I think number two, you've got to counterbalance thinking differently and thinking big with a heavy dose of humility. I think that's important. Number three, I think what we've got to do is we've got to leverage our gifts and strengths. And I think we've got to address our challenges. And that's not only you as a leader, but working with your people to make sure that you're leveraging their strengths and gifts and addressing their gaps. I think being courageous is a critical aspect of navigating the tough times. Making tough decisions, having the conviction about your beliefs, standing up for what you believe in professionally. Again, having the ability to handle feedback is critical. I think another element is the ability to execute. I think you've also have the ability to read and course correct. All of those elements, if you're going to be a leader today, are of paramount importance. One other element that I believe is important is having a mindset that is one of privilege. And what I mean by a privileged mindset is that the greatest leaders are privileged to show up every day and have the opportunity to touch the hearts and the minds and the souls of their people. They never take anything for granted. They appreciate the opportunity that they have to bring abundance to the world. That's what great leadership is. So if your mindset is one of privilege, it's a way to instigate positive movement in your organization. But if your mindset's one of duty, I've got to show up at work, I've got this to do and I got that to do, that's the mindset that's not going to propel your organization to greatness.